Calvin and his loyal beagle Pudge took a shortcut through the dark, misty woods. They stumbled upon a bubbling swamp that smelled like something truly ancient and strange. What if the swamp gas was not gas at all, but something far more alive? Pudge whined, his nose twitching at the thick, pungent air hanging over the water. Suddenly, a group of frogs emerged, moving in a perfectly organized, military-style formation. Calvin watched in disbelief as the frogs tapped their feet in rhythmic, eerie patterns. The bubbling swamp gas began to drift slowly toward the edge of the town. It was not just a smell, it was a signal, thick and heavy with purpose. Calvin realized the gas was actually a sophisticated communication tool for the swamp creatures. The frogs were not just animals. They were planning a calculated, coordinated takeover. Pudge barked, sensing the shift in the atmosphere as the gas reached the houses. The townspeople remained oblivious, going about their day while the mist crept closer. Calvin knelt down, whispering, "We have to stop them before they reach the square." Pudge let out a determined howl, his tail wagging with a mix of fear. They followed the trail of bubbles back to the heart of the murky swamp. Deep within the reeds, they found a massive, glowing machine hidden beneath the mud. It was pumping the gas, controlling the frogs through a series of complex pulses. The Great Frog Revolt was being orchestrated by a rogue scientist hiding in shadows. Calvin grabbed a heavy branch, ready to dismantle the strange humming device. The frogs turned their heads in unison, their eyes glowing with a faint light. Pudge lunged forward, barking loudly to distract the lead frog guarding the machine. Calvin swung the branch, striking the main control panel with all his might. Sparks flew as the machine groaned, the rhythmic bubbling slowing to a stop. The frogs froze, their organized formation collapsing into a chaotic, normal, croaking mess. The thick, green gas began to dissipate, carried away by the evening breeze. Calvin sighed with relief, wiping the swamp mud from his tired, stained boots. Pudge sneezed repeatedly, clearly happy to leave the pungent smell behind them forever. They retreated from the swamp, leaving the mystery of the gas far behind. The town remained peaceful, unaware of the narrow escape they had just experienced. Calvin looked at Pudge and smiled. "I think we deserve a long nap." The beagle barked his agreement, trotting happily toward the safety of their home. Behind them, the swamp returned to its natural, quiet, and boring state. No more organized frogs, no more mysterious gas, and no more strange smells. They had saved the town from a bizarre fate that nobody would believe. As they walked, the stars began to twinkle above the sleepy, quiet woods. Calvin and Pudge were finally home, ready to dream of much simpler adventures.